Hello guys, welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. Alright, so we have an article here regarding an ongoing issue between the FCC, T-Mobile, and some spectrum that was purchased about a year ago at an auction. T-Mobile has been waiting for some licenses. There's been a problem. Payment was made. Basically, everything has come to a halt at this point. T-Mobile's getting frustrated. Let's read the article. The link will be down for you in the description, and we'll talk a little bit about the end. Talk about it at the end a little bit. So the FCC cites statute for not issuing special temporary licenses to T-Mobile. In an unprecedented event, the Spectrum Auction Authority of the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, lapsed on March 9th. And this has caused a big problem for T-Mobile because FCC Chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel says she does not currently have authority to grant the carrier 2.5 gigahertz spectrum licenses that it purchased at an auction last summer. On March 24th, T-Mobile filed a request with the FCC for special temporary authority to use those 2.5 gigahertz of licenses anyway. The FCC has not filed any public response to T-Mobile's request for STA, but the FCC press secretary sent Fierce Wireless, who the article was coming from, the following statement. I wanted to elaborate on the chairwoman's recent congressional testimony about the topic. 47 U.S. Code 309, subsection 11, clearly states that the authority of the commission to grant a license or permit under this subsection shall expire March 9th of 2023. So any special temporary authority the FCC would have flowed from this section of the statute, which, as you know, is still currently expired. In late June, Rosenworcel testified at a Communications and Technology Subcommittee hearing titled Oversight of the FCC. At the hearing, she said, "We are now tying ourselves in knots, trying to figure out how to get these licenses out. At the precedent we have here is complicated because issuing these licenses now could violate the Anti-Deficiency Act, which is a criminal statute, which is according to roll call." At the same hearing, Energy and Commerce Committee ranking member Frank Pallone said in a statement, "The agency's lapsed spectrum authority not only deprives the commission of a core agency function, but it impacts a massive sector of our economy and jeopardizes our global wireless leadership. I'm proud of the bipartisan action this committee has taken to rectify the situation, and we will not rest until we get the process back on track." The subcommittee has submitted proposed legislation to Congress, but no bill has been brought to the floor for a vote. And even if a bill does pass the House, it will also have to pass the Senate, where there might be some opposition. According to roll call Senator Ted Cruz, he doesn't like a part of the bill to some spectrum auction proceeds being used for broadband expansion, which he said was unneeded and duplicative. Meanwhile, T-Mobile is stuck without access to 2.5 gigahertz of spectrum that it purchased for over $304 million in last summer's auction. All right, so what's more concerning about this situation is, to the larger telecommunications community, is the fact that the periodic World Radio Conference is scheduled to convene in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, in November. So this is the big thing for T-Mobile. They need this spectrum, okay? They need it now, and they're falling behind because they can't get a hold of it. All right, then we discuss a little bit about how China is, succeeding and the U.S. is falling behind. We don't really need to go into that, so I won't waste your time with too much of that. But pretty much, this is a loop that T-Mobile has been stuck in, and they're just going round and round, okay, with no end in veil at this current time. Now, I agree with T-Mobile. I can see the frustration because they clearly won the spectrum. They've made payment. This is disrupting their process. So they have every right to want, at the very least, a little something, a temporary some temporary licenses so they can move forward until the FCC figures this out. I think that's fair. I think that they need to figure out a way to do this because this does disrupt the entire process. What's the point of purchasing spectrum that you'll never get? Payment has clearly been accepted. So which means that there has to be a better process for how this is done, because this disrupts the whole process for these wireless carriers that are dependent on it, and they can't move forward. Yet requirements are due from them to meet deadlines, right? They have to meet certain quotas with their build-outs from the FCC. That these are rules that were given by the FCC to meet certain build-out requirements, yet spectrum is being held. I don't understand, So that's it for this video here. I'm with T-Mobile on this. I think they should be better prepared, and they need to own up to it and figure out a better way to handle this. So that's my 2 thoughts. All right, guys. Like I said, link will be down below for you in the description. Please be sure to give this video a like. And also, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing and turn on your notification bell so you guys get notified whenever I do drop a new video. As always, I want to thank you for stopping by and watching. It's much appreciated, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.